Good morning, Soul Family. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Welcome this morning. Welcome. Thank you for the subscribers, the likes, the views, the shares, those comments. Keep them coming. If y'all want to reach out by email, please do so. We're going to go ahead and ring the bell, clear the energy, and find out the message that Spirit has for us. But this morning, something about Spirit wants to explain what a trigger finger really is. So we grew up watching, well, maybe some of us grew up with no choice but to watch Westerns because that's what was on whenever we were growing up. And even if, as it morphed into these scenes of the wild, wild west and the suburbs or the urbans and whatever, the same thing was the trigger finger. Who could take down their opponent first? Who had the fastest finger of the West? But it's something different spiritually. That trigger finger is the one thing that takes us out the fastest. That's why we pray to the east. When the sun rises, we pray to the east. Because that trigger finger, fastest finger in the west, is pointing in the wrong direction. Because if you think about that trigger finger, even though we're not using a weapon, when we point it out and we say, you this, you that, you, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you don't do that, oh, you do that, you stupid, you this, you that, you dumb, you this, or that, you this. Every time we allow our words to fire off with that trigger finger, we got one bullet going out this way, but knucklehead, you got 3 coming back this way. So spiritually, the trigger finger is different. What we want to say is, you were kind, you were loving, you were beautiful. I am proud of you. You can do this, you can do that, this, that, and yeah, all of these positive affirmations, because as we send it out, doesn't that love come back to us? But when we send out that negative, doesn't that come back as well? Something about a trigger finger and the return. Enough said. That's exactly what that was. There's nothing else that the bell needs to talk about. That bell said very lightly, ding. Checkmate, girl. You kept it 100. If anybody knows what that is besides me. Oh, they do. Hummingbird, you know. Bottom of the deck. Adjudication. A judgment. What you put out is coming back. That trigger finger, somebody gonna learn to put that sucker back in the holster. and leave it there. Somebody thought that they was about to get some money. They thought that everything was going to be rosy for them, but they didn't realize it was the opposite. They was going to be found out for trying to steal some money. This is coming in the not too distant future. Because the eclipse just happened. And whenever I was doing my little meditation and I asked Spirit to show me the one card from this deck over here, one card that's going to show what I need to see. It's going to tell me what I need to hear. It's going to provide me the message that I need to give to everyone else. And that one card was completion. Everything's coming back around, full circle. Somebody is standing in their own crosshairs. Somebody didn't realize how spiritually protected somebody else was when they was trying to go after them. 11. Could have been somebody in the family they thought that they was going to discount you, count you out, wipe you out, take you out, do something. Because somebody wanted maybe a house, a property, something. They was going to take that, and then they was going to go on a vacation. They was going to live the life. They was going to do this, they was going to do that. Somebody thought they was going to do something big. They started looking at like new towels, new sheets, little shit that they could do around the house, you know. They was getting ready to take it from this wealthy man. They thought. At least they expected it to. Because like I said, once they took it from this, and it was a mature woman that's going to try and take it. Once she took it, she decided she was going to go on a whole new path. She was going to be able to get with her main male, the one that she'd been hiding, and maybe they was going to be able to make something official and she could live the life of a privileged lady. Because maybe that main male that she's been seeing, having her sights on, thinking that they would make it official, become a family, because she got this unexpected income, this sudden wealth. And she was sitting there planning everything. Everything in her mind was already complete. 10. She was expecting to go on this journey. She was going to do this. She was going to do that. She had it planned. But something happened. Somebody threw a motherfucking wrench, monkey wrench in the plans. Ooh, and I just heard it was one of her own flying monkeys that threw the wrench in the plan. Because see, she was already planning on doing this, doing that, and cutting somebody else out. Can't make this up. Can't make it up if you try. She was already planning on doing this and doing that and cutting somebody out. This was already in the plan, in the making. She was going to cut somebody else out and leave them in despair. She wanted that person to think, no, I'm with you, I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm for you, I'm for. But fuck that. She was going to be for you just as long as, until she got her money. Until she got her cut. until that mature woman got that message of concern that said, no, boo. It's something about how she treated a child. It's about how she treated a child. How she refused to change. She refused to change. She refused to see this child as actually a gift. She didn't want that shit. She didn't want to see that child as a gift. She wanted what that child had. That child of hers was seeing somebody, and that's what she wanted. That's what she wanted. And she knew she couldn't come back from that shit. You can't come back from trying to get in the middle of or steal your child's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, what partner, whatever. You cannot ever, and you supposed to be somebody's parent. Who the fuck are you? Yeah, somebody refused to get on their own path. They refused to follow their own path. Instead, they want to get. This is somebody who was all up in your motherfucking lane. She wanting to be the official person. She wanting to be seen as the main woman. And it was her child. It was her child that she was doing this to. And like I said, this person refused to change. Refused to change. What's the rest of the message, Spirit? Not that she couldn't. It was a refusal. I thought I saw something flip. No. Not that she couldn't. It was a refusal. It was a refusal. Yeah. It's because, you know what? It has to do with something about this child in the house and this mature man. I feel like at one time maybe this mature woman was with this mature man but felt disrespected. Like they was like in this relationship together, but she felt disrespected because she felt like the child got more than her. And it was because of her own, how she felt about herself. She didn't feel good about herself, so she didn't want the child and nobody else to feel good about them. Particularly this child. Because she knew that this mature man, he had some money. He had a lot of money because of what he did. And she knew that he was working hard to give that money to his child as an inheritance. And so she wanted to stop that shit. She wanted to change all of that. So she came up with a plan. Who's the man with the master plan? I'm thinking of the master plan. Well, that master plan just didn't work out. And now this bitch is in despair. Sitting here living in a life of doubt. And I'm trying not to say you slut, you bitch, you hoe. So I'm not going to say all that. I'm just going to get on with the rest of the reading. Who's the man with the master plan? Somebody in despair. Because she understands. She didn't have the master plan. She knew she could create some confusion. She knew she could do some chaos. She knew she could. She started a fucking cacophony. She knew that. And she knew she could lie. If she could do nothing else, the bitch could lie. If she could do nothing else, this bitch was good at lying. And she lied so good, you'd think it was the fucking truth. She spent her life working on lying ever since that bitch was a child. Ask her family. You can't make this shit up. She lied so much. She was the queen of lies. They call her Q of L, queen of lies. She lied. She worked hard. She worked hard to try and make a change. She wanted to be the one that was held in high honor. She didn't want it to be this child. For whatever, and it's her child. For whatever reason, it's her child. She saw this child's life like, you know what, that's the life I should have had. She has the life I want. Well, you dumb ass stupid hoe. Guess what you need to do? Don't try and steal your child's life. That means you need to get your own life. Find yourself. Don't go around trying to look at what somebody else got. Look at what is in your own pocket. Somebody got to work on themselves. Their trigger finger. Something about their trigger finger. I just heard something that's popping off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Something that popped off because they used their fucking trigger finger and they refused to get on their own path. That main male that she was trying to hook up with, he sees who the gift is. He sees who the privileged lady is. And guess what? This old bat, she upset because he didn't want to marry her. He wanted to marry somebody else. And when she realized that, she was, not only was she concerned, she was sick. She tried everything. She even tried to send this main male a little loving note. Hi, Roger. It's me, Miss Mabel. Roger, I want you to reconsider my little offer. Because you know, Roger, I've done some things for you. And I expect to collect before I am no longer here to collect, Roger. Don't end it this way, Roger. Don't end it this way. Love, Miss Mabel. Roger was like, see, this confirmation. Roger, first of all, Roger, in some other videos, you and Helen, and then it was you, Helen, and I think it was Shalonda. Right now, you and Miss Mabel. Roger, you need to get your fucking life together. You're doing too damn much. Roger's the town hoe, y'all. Roger is the town hoe. Stay away from his ass. He's spreading shit. What's the rest of the message spread? Damn. Yeah. Somebody thought that they was getting ready to get some money from a wealthy man. They just knew it was in the making, but something came to a screeching halt. Something came to a screeching halt. I think somebody was found the fuck out. Somebody happened to find out about Miss Mabel And Roger. You see Roger in the background. And you see Miss Mabel. Somebody found out. And Miss Mabel got this message and she was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Back up, back up, back up. And she started thinking about, wait a minute. She started thinking about some shit that she didn't factor in. There were certain things she didn't factor in. So she didn't think of everything. And the one thing she didn't think about was God has that final say. God has the final say about which way it's going to go. I just heard engine, number 9 going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track. So God made this whole ride that this person was on, brought it to an end. The train jumped the track. And this false person was found to be trying to steal somebody's gift. Engine, number 9 going down the Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? This person is sitting there like, damn, can I get my motherfucking money back? No, bitch, you cannot. It's too late. This person has been warned. They've been warned before. They were warned before to leave this child the fuck alone. They were warned a long time ago. Wow. I just heard grandparents. I just heard the elders. I just heard ancestors. I heard somebody told this person a long time ago, you better leave this child the fuck alone. Because you know, this child is a privileged lady in this family. This child has purpose. This child is somebody that's here to break generational curses. Somebody said, you better leave this child the fuck alone. We can tell you treating this child like shit. They've been warned more than once. They've been warned more than one time, and they've even been sent something spiritually to let them know, bitch, we ain't even fucking playing with your stupid ass. They was sent something, a sign spiritually to let them know, we ain't even fucking around with your stupid ass. That we done told you and we done showed you a couple times. We was really nice. We was loving, we was caring, and we was concerned about your dumb ass. And that's why we sent you these signs. To stop. While you have a chance. While you have an opportunity. Someone's ancestors said to stop while we still give a fuck about you. Because they know in the spiritual realm, there's a ranking. And they know that this person has been outranked by several levels. And they don't know why this person continued to spin their wheels over and over, no matter what they did, no matter what they tried, no matter what they did or said with their trigger finger. They saw how it was stacking up against the person that was casting it out, and they kept trying to tell them, stop, you dumb motherfucker. You're fucking yourself up, you fool. What a difference a day makes. All of a sudden, someone is thinking about everything. Thinking about the first time that they were told. How they tried to kind of clean it up. How they tried to make it seem like, no, no. No, it is not like that. Honest. I I've heard that you would even I've heard that you would even think that I would do that to this poor innocent child that I wanted to unalive. I mean, to live out in the to hold back so I could love them. No, honest. I'm not lying. I don't know what's going on with my eyes. Allergies. Someone is thinking about the first time. They're thinking about the second time. Thinking about the fifth time. They're thinking about how they even got into arguments, how people kind of started shunning them, how people didn't want to really deal with them. They're thinking about everything. And they're thinking about how they started trying to triangulate people against this person. Because they refused to get on their path. Whereas then this person was always on their own path and only concerned about their path. All because they saw something that they wanted. That somebody, that this child had attracted this young, vibrant person. Somebody who wanted to make an honest person of them. But this lying bitch said, oh, no. You don't want that one. That one is not good. That one is tainted. That one has done so much. That one will not bring you what you want. That one will not give you what you want. But if you want unexpected wealth and the time of your life, everything, Daddy, then choose me. And what you have with that person, because she don't know how to do it the way I can do it. She can't do you the way I can do you, and be with me. And we'll just keep these secret messages between us. And this gift never has to know, because I don't believe that this is a real gift. But now, as this person is reaping the rewards of what they have sown, they're understanding that that gift was just that. A gift that they squandered. A gift they didn't give a shit about. A gift that they wanted to do harm. And they're realizing, damn it! I pointed the weapon in the wrong fucking direction. I pointed the barrel at the wrong one. But for the life of them, they can't understand pointing something, talking like, well, I want this, and I want this for you, and I want that for you, because it seems like they trying to curse themselves, so they thought they was cursing you, and not understanding spiritually, they're cursing themselves, because they got more fingers coming back for them. They got their spirit. They got their ancestors. And they got their archangels and angels. So they got the whole crew. Spirit, archangels, answers, and their spirit guides coming back for them. That's why their crew was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. It's a little uncomfortable. That's just a little uncomfortable. And now all this person could do is think about it. That's it. Because they in a bad situation. They went to their favorite spot, their favorite room. They looked at their favorite spot, or their meditation, whatever. And they got down and was trying to bring it up. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Trying to send out messages to spirit. They was trying to meditate the way they normally meditated. Trying to ask this and ask that and ask this and ask that. And they was met with silence. They was met with fucking silence. And they was like looking up like, do my ancestors and spirit, do they not hear me? Everybody said, we told you to shut the fuck up, you dumb ass. We hear you, but we can't do shit for you. We hear you, but we cannot do shit for you. Because of you refusing to get on your own path. You refusing your own journey because your journey had wonderful things in store for you. But because you refused, because you turned it all down, because I even said, hey, I need to remove you from this place and put you in a whole new place so I can bless you beyond your wildest imagination, your wildest dreams, your wildest everything. I can bless you, bless you, bless you. And this stupid bitch said, nope. I ain't giving up what I got. I'm taking somebody else's. At that point, their spirit guides, their ancestors, their archangels, everybody said, you know what? We done. We are fucking done. I hear them old time clocks. Them old time clocks where they because they said, if you can't do what we ask you to do, you don't expect shit. And they clock the fuck out. Them old time clocks that they had at work. You have the time card and you go, ch-ch-gung. That's what I hear. A whole bunch of them. Ch-ch-gung. 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 Like everybody is clocking the fuck out. Everybody clocking the fuck out. Yes. Because this person refused to listen to sound and sage fucking advice. Everybody clocked the fuck out. Now this person want to be concerned because everything that they thought that they was going to get, they ain't getting that shit. They ain't getting that shit. Relationships that they thought was going to be theirs forever. Them motherfuckers they getting divorced. This could be relationships that they've had for all of their life. People is leaving them left and right because they looking at them and say, excuse me, your horns are showing. And that's it. This person don't even have enough strength to argue, to fuss, to fight, to try and defend themselves because they have been seen. And they've been called out. It's official. They know it's official. They know ain't shit they can do to change it. You've been called out for trying to ruin, to trying to get in the middle of this relationship with this privileged lady. This is the privileged lady who deserves to have been in that relationship, not that false old ass person just because that person decided that she wanted something that somebody else in her family had. Can't make this shit up. Can't make it up. You can, but you can't. You want to, but it ain't. Bottom of the deck. Teacher, somebody, I'm telling you, whoo, some talk about being taught a good ass lesson. Somebody is being taught such a good ass lesson. Trust me, they getting straight A's plus extra credit on this test. Because they understand. They're conscientious. Their soul, their spirit, everything is talking to them. And they understand that this hardship that they're going through is because they were such a narcissist. They only cared about themselves. They tried to create all of this bullshit in your life because they was too fucking chicken to look at their life and go on their own path. Too fucking chicken. They wasn't thinking about it when they was doing it, but they thinking about the shit now. They ain't got no choice but to think. They wish that they could not think, but they don't have a choice but to think about it. And they thinking about how they led something. They led the march on something. They led the march on something. It was them. They was the one. They was the catalyst. They was the catalyst. They sat there and they observed. They watched you. And they wasn't just watching you. They was watching everything that you do. But they didn't realize that you was watching them too. And that your ancestors and their spirit guides and their ancestors and spirit guides were watching them too. And no, even if it was the mother of whose cookie you came out of, trust and believe, they have a totally different ancestral bloodline than you. Can't make that up. They have a totally different bloodline than you. Somebody led the charge and the trying to take you down, trying to take you out, trying to discredit you, they were just trying to humiliate you. They were bored. They were a witch. They were just trying to humiliate you. They didn't have anything else to do. Too much time on my hands. That's the song. Somebody had too much time on their hands, and all they did was just try and create hardships for you. They would try and create hardships for you and then act like they didn't do shit. Like, oh, I'm here for you, blah, blah, blah. But the whole time it was like this narcissist that was creating these hardships for you. This person was a straight up witch. Warlock. They practiced the dark arts. Dark. Telling you, things, limelight, and martyr came in sideways. See, people are starting, and it fell on the bad health. So people are starting to see that all of these things that you accumulated, they're starting to see that, maybe you didn't accumulate them in the best way. Not to say that you martyred yourself, but to say that other people martyred themselves for you. because you were not acting in your best energy. You were in this witch, so you were trying to manipulate people's minds to do this for me, do that for me. Oh, could you do this? Oh, I'm just so old. I'm just this old as Miss Mabel. I'm just this old lady. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. People starting to see how old Miss Mabel was and is. The light is being shown on her. And now Miss Mabel wants, in her own defense, she wants forgiveness. She's like, please forgive me. Please, please pray for me now that I've almost wrecked your entire life. Please pray for me that I do not get my just desserts. If you don't mind, please pray that Karma and Pandora, when Pandora opens up that box and Karma comes around the corner, that they don't beat me in my ass like I tried to beat you down. Please pray for me, baby. In your own defense, you need to practice self-care and only be worried about you. My stomach is growling. Only be worried about you. I just saw 4141. Because see, this person, they want to try and spread all this lies and gossip, and they did. They spread all these lies, all this gossip, all this backbiting, backstabbing, bad mouthing, everything that they could think of. And then they sat back and they expected to watch you crumble because they wanted everybody to turn their back on you, to not fuck with you, to fuck with you, but not fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? They expected you to have these bad addictions, and nobody would understand the backstory. Nobody would understand it was because of all the fucking drama, conflict, confusion that they put you through. Stop it, stomach. They're seeing, people are waking up now to the fact that the reason you are the way you are is because of self-preservation. It's because you were trying to save yourself. The reason you did what you did, if you left, if you said fuck you to everybody, if you turned around and gave everybody your ass to kiss, whatever it was, the reason you did what you did, the reason you said what you said is because you had to fucking save yourself from these devils. And it was these same devils that tried to take you out, to bury you, to put you under. The same ones. They expected you to try and do something in return. They expected you to try and seek revenge. God said, revenge is mine. I need you to sit back and relax. I got this. God said, do nothing. And so you did. Absolutely nothing. And God sent your crew after them. And they were sitting there wondering, how is this person beating our motherfucking ass from afar? How are they doing it? Because we surely did not expect this. We didn't expect this person's power to be like that. We didn't expect their answers to come knocking on our motherfucking door. But see, they didn't realize that you had made that commitment, the commitment to God, the commitment to doing the right thing, the commitment to your ancestors, even in their absence. You promised certain things. You committed. You swore. You gave your word. So even if they're not here with us physically, you know they are with you. Here, now, always. And this person didn't know that. They thought, out of sight, out of mind. No, not at all. Maybe out of sight, but never out of mind. I feel like this person is being haunted, not just by one, maybe not just by two, but this person is being haunted by several of their ancestors. Confirmation. Who have turned on them. They're trying to keep up these appearances like all is good, all is gravy, they're trying to act like they still doing the thing, like they still trying to find their true north, but really, these people are devils. Not just regular devils. These are smart, intelligent devils. And what they do is they like to cause havoc for entertainment. They like to ruin people's lives just for entertainment, just to get some fucking attention. But guess what? Something has changed. Like I said, somebody, they was going to their sacred space, their sacred place, and they're trying to, I don't know what the words that they say. Hum da da hum da da hum da da ha. Hum da da hum da da hum da da ha. Or whatever they say to try and get whoever they're trying to pray to. Because they don't pray to the same God that we pray to. Because our God is about peace and love. Our God is about equal give and take. So whatever they trying to speak to, whoever their ancestors they trying to speak to and get them to respond, guess what? They have totally disconnected from them. They're getting no response. No normal feeling, no tingling, no nothing. Nothing. All they hear is fucking crickets. And they're afraid to realize it's about what they brought in. The importance that they thought that they had over somebody else. How they tried to create big changes, monumental life-changing changes that somebody would want to think, why am I even still here? Everybody else is so much better off if I were not. And end everything. They wanted you to end everything. They wanted to be able to go to your grave and be like, oh, he or she was, and we used to do this, and I remember the good times when this and that and this and that and this lie and that lie and this piece of bullshit and that piece of bullshit. They wanted to be able to do that. They wanted to be able to act like they remember, when you was this and when you was that, and how they helped you to get into your purpose and this and that and the other, and how they was always wholesome with you, and that they made this promise to you. And if they made a promise to God that they was going to avenge your killer, whatever. And they was just being the most, doing the most, being so hospitable. But everybody seemed like they saw through it. They saw through it. Everybody saw through it. And this is the part that's changing. It's the fact that everybody sees you. They saw who you were. They see who you are. They remember the things that seemed a little confusing back then, but they're not confusing now. It's like things that they discounted back then, they see are very important clues now. What else, Spirit? Yes. Anyone that had a negative thought, had a negative opinion, had a negative belief, had anything negative think, say, or do towards you without ever really taking the opportunity to get to know you, these are the same people asking for forgiveness. These are the same people trying to have faith that you will forgive them, even though they acted in unforgivable ways, even though they were not following God's rule. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. God said, you know what? Before you sit here and choose sides, you better think about what side you're choosing. You better think about where you're sitting, where you're placing yourself in the entire situation. Because you may not be on the right side. You judging a book by its cover. And don't even have the whole story. Someone's spirit guide, someone's ancestors, they want you to look at this. Someone's ancestors are MIA, missing in action. They are no longer answering your calls, texts, emails, letters, knocking at the door. In fact, you can't even get through the gate. If there was a time that somebody who was doing some bullshit in the past felt completely ignored, completely unheard, completely unseen. Their ancestors want them to know that this is the time. And the reason is because they were always too much of a chicken to look at themselves. They were always too much of a chicken to get on their own path. They were always too much of a chicken to want to better themselves. They just wanted to take what someone else had. Too much of a chicken to see that someone else's gifts. They're not your gifts. That you got your own shit. Someone is coming with the realization that they understand now whenever people have to accept it is what it is. And because they were a chicken before they were too afraid to go out and explore their own. They was too busy trying to be a player, trying to be, like they could live the life of privilege, like they could just take somebody else's love, They just thought they was so smart. They just knew that it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. They just need to put in a little bit more work, and then they would have the same personality as the other person, and they would be able to get whatever they wanted to get. But they didn't realize they was playing with their own fucking emotions, their own life. And now, guess what? Someone's receiving a message. It said, get ready for the ride. Buckle up, buttercup. But get ready for the ride.